Om. Namaste. Hope everybody is enjoying Kriya Kundalini Awakening Program, Kriya Kundalini Jagran Program from step 1 to step 5 all across the world. Many people have joined. Some people have become members in our WhatsApp group also. There are many members who are sending daily feedback through WhatsApp, through phone calls, seeking some clarification, expressing happiness, enjoying life, the problems of the physical in nature disappearing, material in nature disappearing to some members facing some irritants because of the kleshas, still the dirt inside. Once the toxins are coming out, toxins have come out, and during the process of the toxins being thrown out, definitely there will be difference. Definitely there will be disturbance also. It is like that when you wanted to bring a beauty to your house through repainting, redecoration, just 10 days or 15 days preceding the beautiful look of the building, inside and outside, it will look very awkward. All paints, varnish, thinners, painting materials, scratching materials, the old clothes, old papers, the empty drums, empty paint dubbies, bottles, all unwanted things inside the house, outside the house have been thrown out. Lot of dust creating some kind of breathing problem. All these things are quite natural to undergo when beauty has to arrive at on the face, on the heart, on the inside as well as on the outside. Everything said and done, we have successfully completed 21 days of Kriya Kundalini Jagran as well as Kriya Kundalini Awakening into 5 steps to our spiritual account. We have added ways of making ourselves presenting before Mahavatar Babaji, how we were, how we are. We are offering ourselves as prasadam to the Mahavatar, who has been the protector for the Kali Yuga, for the protection of the entire human and other lives communities. Mahavatar Babaji has been called by the gods, supported, advised, counseled by prominently all the Siddhas, especially the 18 Siddhas. In order to take individuals' share of responsibility, 2 prominent Siddhas have taken more responsibility on Babaji. In the initial stages, it was Bhoganathar, Bhoga Maharishi, Bhoga Siddha, Bhoga Muni, who has played more and more role in identifying a very young boy by name Nagaraj somewhere in Varanasi. Bhoganathar just wanders behind Mahavatar Babaji even before Mahavatar Babaji has become Mahavatar or Babaji. He was a simple boy, just Nagaraj, a boy who has forgotten the house, who was taken away from the childhood happiness under the umbrella of his parents. The sufferings underwent by Mahavatar Babaji looks very painful, but it is not painful to the Mahan because he has crossed all the levels. The Kriya Kundalini awakening step 6 we are embarking on this day, Saturday at 4:30 a.m. We hope all of you will travel together with Mahavatar Babaji. As a test, though Mahavatar Babaji is with us, he has left us and gone to a little distance, and he wanted us to put efforts and come to him step by step. He ran away from us, little far away, and he seated somewhere, maybe in Gauri Shankar Pita, Swarna Swargashrama, or elsewhere he is sitting. He is watching from a distance how we are approaching him step by step through Kriya Kundalini awakening. He did not expect anything from us. He was only interested in elevating all those members who wanted to approach him, who wanted to attain to his lotus feet. The gates are open, the doors are open, but there is a distance between the Mahan and us. He has created a small distance. Within this distance, he has placed the Kriya Kundalini awakening, Kriya Kundalini Jagran. By completing the stipulated steps, we step by step we go closer and closer to the Mahavatar Babaji. Although during the practice, during our experiential program of daily in routine, he will come, he comes and he continues to come and give different colors, different varieties, different types of experience to all those who participate in Kriya Kundalini steps. While enjoying Kriya Kundalini awakening or Kriya Kundalini Jagran, we will continue to move towards step number 6 from today onwards. The mind is of two kinds. One is pure mind, another one is impure mind. The mind is of two kinds. One part of it is pure, another part of it is impure. Like two sides of a single coin, the mind also has got two sides. One part is, or one side is pure, another side is impure. The impure mind is filled with, possessed with, full of desires. It is filled with, full of greed, full of wanting, full of aspirations, full of dreams. The pure mind is devoid of all these things. It is keeping away from all these wantings. It is pure. It doesn't want anything. It is not interested in any dreams, not interested in any desires, not interested in possession, not interested in property, not interested in greed. It is interested only in being evolved as a conscious, awakened soul. All our bondage, the hurdles for our liberation, the hurdles for untying us from the bondage is done by the impure mind. The impure mind, day by day, it wants to remain impure, it wants to accumulate impure and continue to remain impure, so that it puts a gate for us, it puts hurdle for our life in order to attain any kind of liberation. This part of the action of negativity is created by the impure mind. The mind which is attached to the sense objects is dragging us to the bondage, not allowing us to get liberation from the bondage. Since the liberation can only come, only we overcome the mind, always many become victim of the mind, and as such they continue to remain in bondage. They find no way of getting any liberation because of the impure mind. The mind itself do not want us to get liberated from the bondage. As a result, one step we go forward, two steps it takes us back, until unless we create a total consciousness in and around us, it becomes very difficult for us to not to become victim of the mind, which is full of desires, full of greed, full of impurities. Such a mind which is full of desires, full of impurities, is annihilated, it is killed, or its attention is diverted somewhere, then the mind becomes our slave, and it tends to become pure and pure and pure with each passing day, for which the Kriya Kundalini awakening helps us to overcome the impure mind to pure mind. The mind should be regulated in such a way, the mind should be connected with the heart. The mind should not be connected with the needs, desires, aspirations, dreams, etc. But the mind should be connected to the heart. The moment the kinesthetic area starts operating from the desire to the heart, from the logic to the love, then the mind tends to forget its negative aspects, forgets its impurity, forgets to accumulate more impurities, and tends to cooperate with us. It is of the same coin with two sides. It is the same sharpest knife which we can use whichever way we want it. Either it could be used as a surgical knife and remove the impurities, or it could be used as a killing knife and kill ourselves or misguide ourselves. This is the distinction we will have to make, the individual. In order to make this distinction, the Kriya Kundalini awakening programs step by step allows us to give a proper direction to the mind from the unwanted Maithuna Shakti to the Prarthana Shakti. The Maithuna Shakti drags us for enjoying the desires, tasting something which are of Rajasic nature, smelling something which is not necessary, hearing something which are impure in nature, inhaling through nostrils or nose the impure air, or seeing something which disturbs our mind or misguides our mind. When this process happens, when we make the mind not to work for a few seconds, some process is given, the mind's attention gets diverted. As a result, in between the gap, we get connected to the divinity, we enjoy the consciousness, and we become little more aware, because the five senses as well as the manas is keeping away for a time being. This duration of short duration is slowly lengthened. Then we become more towards the positive, less towards the negative, which helps us to enjoy more and more serene atmosphere by being with the divinity, not being with the devil. The devil can do anything, whereas devil cannot do everything. The divine can do everything, the divine can do anything also. So the devil can do anything but not everything. Because the devil can do anything, it always picks up only the negative point, not the positive point. Positive points are masked from the view of the devil. So always it attracts only the negative points. It not only attracts a negative point, it also puts a hurdle not to come in contact with the positive points. As a result of this, the sadhana, what we call, the practice, what we call, or spending some time in a day with the divinity with self engagement, provides us a tool to be aware ourselves and to elevate ourselves, to be conscious in our own circle, in our own small world. The moment we become a part of the smaller world, the moment the mind is connected to the heart, there arises gnana, knowledge with wisdom. The moment wisdom enters our whole being, then there finds no space for the manas to get misguided or to misguide us with the available tools of the Panchendriyas, the mouth, the ears, the nose, the eyes and the skin. All these 5 Indriyas plus the corrupted mind put together always misguide us. In order to escape from this, a small portion of our time we need to invest for ourselves, to elevate ourselves. The duration of elevating ourselves, a small portion, we are getting connected to the divinity. The moment the divinity is connected with us, the negative nature of the impure mind slowly tends to take a back seat, and the moment the disruptive mind or the impure mind takes a back seat, the pure mind starts coming and occupying. It is just like the light coming in a place where the darkness is there. The moment the light comes, the darkness takes a second seat and light gives life to the life. When we are in a position of keeping away the Panchendriyas experience and the manas little away from us, we enter into a space called supreme state. The supreme state is something we experience, but we fail to explain because it cannot be explained by individuals. The supreme state, what we attain during this process, we should not think that it is something external or it is pleasing to the mind, or we should also not think that it is something unworthy or it is unpleasant to the mind. The mind does not play a role here. The moment we pour some positive oil to the burning lamp, the mind coolly takes back seat. It does not fight with us. The fight happens only when we are oiling the Panchendriyas, then the mind gets corrupted. The mind itself does not play any role, negative or positive. It is just like a joker. It is we who are using just because of the experience of the Indriyas. The Panchendriyas are the main culprit in guiding or misguiding or instigating the mind. They do not do a direct instigation, they create an environment for the mind to get misguided. This is how it happens. As a result, whenever we get a supreme state, we should not think that we are keeping the mind outside, or we should not think that we are pleasing the mind or displeasing the mind. The mind is not getting pleased or displeased. It is only acting as a joker. The mind itself becomes a pawn in the hands of the Panchendriyas. That is what we will have to understand. First, we will have to concentrate on Om through letters A, U, M, Om. Then the second step, we will have to imagine the Om symbol itself by closing the eyes. Once this process is slightly becomes accustomed with our practice, slowly transcend to the Om symbol, then we feel a situation, I am Brahman. That is, from the letters, we should come to the symbol. From symbol, we should go to the no symbol. The no symbol consciousness is I am Brahman. Kriya Kundalini Awakening. Step 6 is being initiated today with the grace of Mahavatar Babaji and Agastya Siddha. It is exactly what Babaji learnt from Agastya Muni. Step by step, little by little, a grain after grain after grain becomes a bag of rice. A drop after drop after drop of water can become a tank full of water, pond full of water, or an ocean itself. It is by bits and bits, pieces and pieces, we are going to slowly change our life pattern, slowly remove the kleshas within us, to aim for the best available from the divinity, which we can draw and imbibe the qualities of the divinities, so that it helps us to touch the divinity, embrace the divinity, and be one with the divinity itself. Step 6, we will start with a small experiential exercise. I will go little behind and show you 3 steps of inhalation and exhalation in quick succession. After seeing that, we will continue further. For convenience sake, I am showing from here so that you can see my palms. Your palm will be closed in this way. When you breathe and breathe out, like this, it will go open, close, open, close, open, close. Eleven times. The air intake will be increased in your lungs. Again, one more time doing it, 11 times. After completing 11 times, just close your eyes and just watch your breathing pattern. Here the inhalation as well as the exhalation both will happen. In another pranayama, what we did, it is only exhalation. After exhalation, we felt like not doing anything. Here also the same feeling will be there. Now, one more time we are going to do. Keep it. It should straight. The hand should not go this way or backside. It should go almost 90 degree like this. When it goes up, you will have to open. Relax. Let the 5 indriyas and manas, let them go out and enjoy whatever they want. But we are not under their control. We are not listening to them. We are in silence. We are with the divinity. Now when I say close your eyes, earlier in the first part we did, in order to observe, we were not closing our eyes. We were doing it as it is. Now to experience little more vibrantly, little more lively, little more consciously, we will close our eyes and do the practice. The moment I say close your eyes, please close your eyes and start performing the action as we did in the beginning. But only the difference is, earlier we were not closing, now we are going to close your eyes and do it. 11 times exhalation, 11 times inhalation. When it goes, automatically the inhalation will happen. You need not put any thrust on. While taking the hands up, you need not put any efforts. Automatically the inhalation will take place. Only when you bring the hands down, at that time you will have to throw the vital energy what you have drawn. Okay? Close your eyes. Keep closing your eyes. Just watch your breathing. Automatically the breathing happens to you without any efforts. You don't feel like breathing and breathing out. Just observe whether you are able to go behind the breathing and breathing out when you do it now silently, not at the time of practice. Now, when you are in silence, just observe your breathing slowly, how it happens. Now, second, after performing second, I will slowly give a clue. Very consciously follow that clue, and third time also I will give you another clue. Just consciously you must be aware about it. That's what it is. We will start now. Silent. In your silence, in the breath which is automatically happening, now slowly add Om in three parts. A, U, M. All the three letters A, U, M forming Om. Imagine the letters in front of your eyes. All three put together. Slowly the Om is forming. In your ears you are also listening Om. A is activator, U is undertaker, M is moksha giver. Starting with A, it is ending with M. Now little more conscious you will have to add now. In the third step, I will explain to you. Now forget about AUM. We will pick up something different. Start. Silent. Now instead of AUM, Akara, Okara, Makara. Akara, Okara, Makara. Adding Akara, Okara, Makara, make Om, the symbol Om, in your own language. Sanskrit, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Oriya, or any other language which attracts you, which is easy for you to remember. Now slowly remembering Akara, Okara, Makara, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. The little finger is not counted here. The next ring finger, Akara, the middle finger, Okara, the index finger, Makara, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. Now slowly from AUM to AOM to Om symbol, slightly hear the Om sound in your ears. Slowly forget the Om symbol Only the sound, the shapeless Akasha is the place where you are concentrating, not the Om. Only the Om echo is heard by us, but unmovable Akasha is the place where consciousness of us is going. Now that Akara, Ukara, Makara is merging and becoming Him or M. The M sound, which you should feel that you are hearing in your ears, is Bindu. The Bindu is at Bhrumadhya. Concentrate in Bhrumadhya, at the in between the two eyes, just above the nose, in between the eyebrows, the place where the Srimatis keep the tilakam. That is a place. From Bindu, connect your connections to the Akash, which is not moving. Now there is a connection between Bindu and the Akasha. As it go further and further, the Bindu is expanding bigger and bigger. You are able to see, you are able to visualize the Bindu expanding exponentially, taking a bigger and bigger size, lighter and lighter. It's carrying you also, your vision also. You are here, you are there. You are connected to the Bindu, you are connected to the space, other end. The divinity, for the time being, for our purpose, is at the other end. Feel the vibration of getting connected to the divinity through the Bindu. From Bindu, it will go in a funnel type shape. It will go on, expand, covering the entire sky, the Akasha, unmoving. Among the Panchabhutas, the Akasha is not moving at all. All other bhutas are moving, but Akasha will not move, cannot move. Just keep consciousness over these facts in silence from AUM to Akara, Ukara, Makara to Om symbol to you have arrived at M, Im. Through that you have come to the Bindu, Bindusthana, Bhrumadhya. From there you are getting connection to the divinity at the other end in the Akasha. Just be in silence, enjoying these blissful moments. I will introduce a small music. Just enjoy. Now slowly rub your palms, fingers, create a slight heat. Slightly rub your eyes, give a massage to your face, nose, ears. Again rub. Slowly open your eyes. Look at opposite. Look upward. Look downward. Look right side. Look left side. Take a roundabout with your eyes. Head and mode. 3 times round. 3 times anti-clockwise. Now slowly move your head clockwise 3 times, anti-clockwise 3 times. Now in this experiential program, our mind from the level of impurity travels to purity. The mind transcends from the impure accumulations to the pure cleansed surface, to the space to the surface. It expands everywhere. It brightens up the entire path, entire space. Purity enters the space, becomes very brighter, where the divinity is visible to us, where we will be able to meet the divinity. It is at this stage somewhere the Sarvikalpa Samadhi, the Samadhi with the seeds, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the Samadhi without seeds could happen for a small fraction of time, very, very small fraction of time, at a time when the Panchendriyas has no work at all and the mind drops all its possessions. The Panchendriyas plus the Manas, the mind, all put together 6. The step 6 also denotes the same thing. The Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha and Matsarya, which from time to time gets on becoming fatter and fatter. How a bull, how a ferocious animal goes on accumulating anger and strength day by day, time by time. The mind also is an ignorant in our system. Nowhere in our body part we can identify the mind, because every cell is a residing place for mind. That is the reason, in order to cut the ego, in order to grind the ego, in order to wipe out the ego, becomes very, very possible. We need to work on the 37 trillion cells in order to remove the ego. It is so difficult for the ego to get lost. As a result of this, a small portion of the blissful time, we label it as Nirvikalpa Samadhi or Sarvikalpa Samadhi, which over a period of time, getting more and more experiential learning, we will be able to come out of all the kleshas, all the dust and dirt accumulated due to the misuse of the Indriyas and the Manas, will pave the way for us to realize the godly nature in us. The God is not nearer to us. It is the residing place, our heart, our whole being is a residing place for the God. But because of the unwanted accumulation of the slush within our system, within our mind, the Panchendriyas plus the Manas, the divinity escapes and goes out. It is leaving the Atma here to enjoy and struggle. The divinity goes away. The divinity will come as and when the system is clean, the ego has gone out. As we discussed earlier somewhere, so long Lakshmi's sister is there, the Moodevi is there, it will be difficult for the Lakshmi to enter. So long the negativities are accumulated, the moment the negativity goes out, moment the darkness goes out, the moment the manas is switched off, and the moment the Panchendriyas do not recognize anything from our action or inaction, then the divinity slowly comes to us. The moment, it is at that moment, the ego goes out, the dirt goes out, the dust goes out, the slush goes out. It is at that time the seed, the mind becomes seedless, actionless, thoughtless. The thoughtless action or inaction becomes silence. Through this silence, we have an opportunity to attain Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This step 6 will go on for 21 days from today. On the 22nd day, again, step 7 is likely to come. In between the step 6 and 7, certain items we will have to learn. I will add one more YouTube video as quickly as possible so that all the divine members who are participating are capable of equipping themselves with certain additional material with you which will help us in our journey. All the very best. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.